Welcome to my channel. Once upon a time, deep in the heart of the jungle, lived a wide variety of wild animals. There were majestic lions with their golden manes, swift cheetahs with their spotted coats, and powerful elephants with their long trunks. The jungle was a bustling place, with the animals all going about their daily business. The lions would spend their mornings lounging in the sun, while the cheetahs would be out hunting for their next meal. The elephants would be busy gathering food, using their trunks to pluck fruits from the trees and scoop up water from the rivers. One day, a young monkey named Kiki was out exploring the jungle. She had heard about a beautiful waterfall that was hidden deep in the jungle and she wanted to see it for herself. Kiki swung from tree to tree, leaping over streams and dodging branches. As she got deeper into the jungle, she heard the sound of rushing water. Excitedly, she followed the sound until she came to a clearing. And there, she saw the most beautiful waterfall she had ever seen. The water cascaded down a rocky cliff, creating a mist that sparkled in the sunlight. Kiki was so entranced by the waterfall that she didn't notice the crocodile that was lying in the water below. The crocodile had been watching her and now, it decided it was time to make its move. With a sudden lunge, it grabbed Kiki in its powerful jaws. Kiki was terrified, but she knew she had to be brave. She kicked and struggled, trying to free herself from the crocodile's grasp. Just as she thought all was lost, a group of monkeys arrived on the scene. They had been following Kiki and had heard her cries for help. Together, the monkeys fought off the crocodile, freeing Kiki from its jaws. She was safe and sound, and she knew she had her monkey friends to thank for her survival. From that day on, Kiki was more careful when exploring the jungle. She knew that the wildlife could be dangerous, but she also knew that she could always count on her friends to have her back. Kiki and her monkey friends decided to explore the waterfall further. They climbed up the rocky cliff, leaping from rock to rock until they reached the top. From there, they had a breathtaking view of the jungle below. They could see the lions lounging in the sun, the cheetahs hunting for their next meal, and the elephants gathering food. Kiki had never felt so alive. She was filled with a sense of wonder and appreciation for the beauty of the wildlife. She knew she wanted to explore more of the jungle and see all the different animals that lived there. As they were about to leave, they heard a loud noise coming from the bushes. They all got ready for a fight, but to their surprise, it was a family of bunnies. The bunnies were so small and cute, they all got curious about them. They all introduced themselves and the bunnies told them that they were on a journey to find a new home, as their previous one had been destroyed by a group of hunters. Kiki and her friends felt sorry for them and decided to help the bunnies in their quest for a new home. They traveled for days, helping the bunnies find food and shelter. They encountered many dangers along the way, but they always stuck together and helped each other out. Eventually, they came to a beautiful meadow with a small stream running through it. The bunnies were overjoyed, and they knew that this was the perfect place for them to call home. Kiki and her friends were happy that they could help their new friends find a new home, but they were also sad to say goodbye. The bunnies promised to always remember the kindness of Kiki and her friends, and they invited them to visit whenever they wanted. Kiki and her friends returned to the jungle, with a sense of accomplishment and a greater appreciation for the wildlife. They knew that the jungle was full of surprises and adventures, and they couldn't wait to see what else it had in store for them. As they settled back into their daily routines, Kiki couldn't help but think about the bunnies and their new home. She was glad that they were safe and happy, but she couldn't shake the feeling that there were still other animals out there who needed help. One day, while out exploring the jungle, Kiki and her friends stumbled upon a group of birds whose nest had been destroyed by a storm. The birds were frantic, trying to gather twigs and branches to rebuild their home. Kiki and her friends knew they had to help. They worked together to gather materials and help the birds rebuild their nest. It was a difficult task, but they were determined to see it through. As the sun set, the bird's nest was finally complete. The birds thanked Kiki and her friends for their help and invited them to come back and visit whenever they wanted. Feeling inspired by their good deed, Kiki and her friends decided to make it their mission to help animals in need. They traveled the jungle, offering their assistance to any animal they came across. They helped a family of deer find a new home after their previous one was destroyed by a fire, and they even saved a group of fish from a drying stream. Kiki and her friends' kindness and generosity earned them the respect and admiration of all the animals in the jungle. They were known as animal protectors and were always welcomed with open arms whenever they visited. As they grew older, Kiki and her friends passed on their knowledge and skills to the next generation of monkeys. They taught them the importance of helping others and the beauty of wildlife. The tradition of animal protection was passed down from generation to generation, and the jungle remained a peaceful and harmonious place for all the animals to live. Kiki and her friends' adventure in the jungle came to an end, but their legacy lived on. They had made a difference in the lives of so many animals and had helped to preserve the beauty of the wildlife for future generations to enjoy. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories.